What's going on, Desert Shine family? Welcome back to another YouTube video. In today's video, we're going to be showing you guys what we use, breaking down our inventory, and how we use them. Let's get right into it.
Alright guys, our first item, the mother load of this setup, is our 100-gallon water tank. When we first started, we used a water bag that carried 25 gallons. And then we moved into a polyurethane, I think that's what this called, tank. It was another 25-gallon tank. It worked good for about 4 to 5 cars. It's good when you're first starting because you don't got that many cars to work with in a day. We had to make a little upgrade so we could fit in a couple more cars and not have to worry about filling it up every single day.
Alrighty, next up on the list, we've got ourselves a Ryobi gas pressure washer. We don't use electric pressure washers. They don't really shoot enough PSI. This one in particular has about 2,800. Our last pressure washer just broke after about 7-8 months, not more than that, probably like 10 months of use. So you'll definitely get your money's worth. Still trying this one out. So far so good. Starts right up. Yeah, that's about it. Not much else to this one.
Alright guys, my specialty, what I do best, my vacuum. It's NXT, I believe. I don't know.
It's a DeWalt or something.
This is the best vacuum you can buy. Everyone usually has like the little shop vacs with the wheels. They're way too big, way too bulky. You don't need all that extra space. You're not gonna be vacuuming up this much. Look, I've probably vacuumed 15 fucking cars, and it's pretty dirty, but see, it's still not full. There's no need to have a 5-gallon vacuum when it takes up too much space and you're not gonna use it. Get something small, lightweight, you can carry it easily, take it anywhere, fits in any spot. Perfect all around use for a vacuum.
Alright, next up on the list, we've got our hose reels here. This one in particular is a Cox reel. It is a little bit more pricey than your average traditional hose reel, but these gooseneck hose reels don't tend to last as long. In our experience, this one has lasted durably, no problems with it. And then for the air compressor hose reel, we've got ourselves a retractable hose reel from Home Depot. Comes out, pulls right back in, pretty convenient. We've yet to have a problem. We've had this one our entire journey, about a year and some change. So yeah, that's it for our hose reels.
Alright guys, next item up on the list is our Predator Super Quiet Inverter 5000. Sounds like a hatch. Pretty good. We had like a little smaller one before. It was way louder. It worked just as fine. The only thing with like all the generators, if some of y'all know, is you can only really have 2 plugins at once. Once you start getting to 3, they start kind of short out. And then I would just make sure when you do have them set up, you have a good outlet for your exhaust, because we tend to have some issues when running our exhaust right here and then pulling out our pressure washer. Some of y'all probably have the same problem. The gas thing, carbon monoxide, it tends to go off a little bit and messes up the wash a little bit, but you know, nothing too bad. Pretty good generator.
All right, now we got our rigid air compressor. It's a 6-gallon 150 psi compressor. It's not the best in our opinion. There's definitely better out there, but if you're on a budget and you're just trying to make it work, this gets the job done for you. As you can see, you have your tank gauge and your outlet gauge. Pretty simple. You just plug in the air compressor hose to one of these, plug this into the generator, and you should be good to go.
Alright, I'm gonna go through a couple of our products that we use that are a little different than like the everyday soap and stuff. We're gonna start with our protector wax from Kochami. I would say this is like the easiest way to apply a wax to a vehicle. I've hand waxed vehicles, I've used a polisher to wax vehicles, and we've used this. All waxes work about the exact same. Now it's whether you want to spend an extra 30 minutes applying the wax or spend an extra 30 seconds just spraying it on the car. That makes it pretty convenient. Next up, wheel acid. We didn't use this for like 8 months, and we sat there and scrubbed wheels for multiple times, hours on end. No acid, just slaving away. This is our new best friend. A little bit of this, a little bit of this, some water, perfect. But this brings me into the next section, is sprayers. IK sprayers are known to be like the best. They're expensive, bougie. No, These are the worst products on the market. They break. This shit comes out like no other. It's easy breaking. The pump sprayers always break. Don't use IK sprayers. Save your money. Go buy the cheapest ones because they're all gonna break. So might as well just buy the cheap ones and keep replacing them instead of buying this expensive sprayer and just having it keep breaking all the time. Next up on the list, a little bit different. Acid wash soap. Everyone usually just goes to their normal AutoZone and buys a regular wash and wax soap, and that doesn't work on every vehicle. When you got bugs, mud, tar, you need a little bit stronger solution. So we go with the Carb Pro D-Scale for our acid wash. There's a couple other ones that all are about the same, nothing too different. This is just the one we like to go with. All right, guys, to pair up with our D-Scale or any pH neutral soap, we use a MJJC foam cannon. This one I like in particular because of the threads up top. If you know any other foam cannon, it's plastic to plastic connection, which means the threads tend to get cross-threaded. This one, if you look closely, it's not really a screw, it's more of it's a half screw in to lock in place, which means you're not gonna have to worry about it ever getting cross-threaded. Another thing is the price range. So every foam cannon is about $100. Now you could either go with Chemical Guys, which is an everyday known brand, which isn't the best, or you could go with a brand like MJJC. It's about the same price and you get a lot more out of your dollar. All right, guys, next up we got Gyeon Tire Shine paired with the Viking King tire brush. I like this in particular because it spreads easy, so you're not using a lot of product, and it doesn't fling a lot like other tire shines. We also like to stay away from spray tire shines unless it comes to big trucks, just because of how hard it is to apply tire shine like this to a big mud tire. And then also, we don't tend to use pads like this when applying it. It just makes it a little bit harder to get in the cracks and spreading it. Any sort of brush like this, I don't know exactly what they are made of, but it's just the best way to apply your tire shine. So if you're not using a brush like this, they make them in multiple sizes, colors, whatever. Just get one that looks like this and you'll have a good time doing it.
Last but not least of this section, we've got glass cleaner. Now this isn't really an important part. We just use spray away glass cleaner, get it on Amazon, but typically you want to get ones that are ammonia free, because with tinted vehicles it can tend to turn the tint purple or different colors if you have ammonia in your glass cleaner. It's some sort of molecular chemical bond that happens. So always make sure you get the ammonia free and you should be good. All right, so now getting into the paint correction section, we've got ourselves a gray starter polisher. This one is from Griot's Garage. It's about $200 for the full package. Comes with your pads, cords, connections, has everything you need. Great for beginners on a budget. We still use this one. It gets the job done. I mean, not much else to it. There is one benefit of having corded as opposed to cordless, which is obviously batteries. Batteries, you have to charge them, take some time, might die mid-job. Have an extra battery on hand, but cordless, don't have to worry about any of those troubles. We have the Milwaukee M18 polisher. This one's relatively new. They came out with this one about a year ago. This one is pretty nice. It doesn't have any buffer for the most part if you know what you're doing. It goes up to about 5100 RPM. One battery could get you through about half to a full car depending on the job you're doing. So the batteries do come separate. That is the one bad thing. And then the polisher itself was about $250, so a little bit more than the Griot's. But in my opinion, I think it works way better than the Griot's. It gets the job done. And people say Rupes polishers are the best, this, that, and the other. They're the exact same. It's literally built in the same factory. If not, the Rupes has more buffer problems. So I would recommend the M18 if you're looking to get your detailing business started and polishing. All right, next up on the list, this is what we use for our paint corrections. This is one of the compounds we use. It's called Resurrection by Angel Wax. This one definitely gets the job done. I like this a lot. Or we have a lighter cut by Sonax. It's called the Perfect Finish 4 out of 6. Depending on the job you're going for, on some deeper swirls and scratches, I would definitely recommend the Resurrection with a heavier cut pad, like a blue pad maybe even a wool pad if you're getting into a two-step. But a little bit lighter of a cut would be your Sonax. So for your lighter cut, you definitely want to go with the Sonax. This is for lighter jobs, cars with not too much marring or scratches. I would recommend this on a one-step job, quick and easy to use. I would definitely recommend a yellow pad, a medium cut pad, depending on the job you want to go with. All right, next up on the list is our ceramic coating. Now, everyone says these different ceramic coatings are 10 years or 5 years or a 15-year coating. It's a bunch of bullshit. At the end of the day, most ceramic coatings are going to cost you $100 and they're going to do the exact same thing. So what we went with on this one was the Gtechniq Crystal Serum. This one, I believe, is a 5-year coating, or so they say. However, who knows? This one works really well. We like it. It's good for the price. I believe it's their second to newest version on this serum. They come out with new versions every day. It's just about the same shit. So if you're looking for a coating, I would recommend Gtechniq. And yeah.
Our next item on the list is a drill brush gun. Now, I'm gonna walk you through how I use the different attachments. This one I use for the floors. In between the seat cracks, you can get in there with this one, lift out all the dirt and grime, or if you're just trying to do a light brush, try to get the heavier dirt out the floor. This picks it all up, brings it right out. Now, this flat brush, I use this one more for our stain removals on our seats and the floors. When you want to get that real digging into the seats and the floors, this one will be a great option for you. All right, guys, now we might be on to the most versatile piece of our whole collection. This is our steamer. Honestly, I think it's a Wagner. All right, we used to have this little shitty one. I think everyone has seen it on Amazon. It's a little like black and yellow one. You use it with your hand. It's terrible. Never buy this one. Buy a bigger one like this. It holds way more water, has way more pressure, and so you won't have to like keep recharging and stuff. But this is great. Super versatile. Tint, gunk, adhesive, plastic cleaning, seat cleaning, smell removal, anything you could ask for. The steamer is here to get you right. All right, so I would say invest your money into a good steamer. Don't buy a cheap one because they will always break because you got water and electricity mixing. I mean, never a good thing. So invest yourself in a good one. This one also came with a bunch of attachments. It came with this little one, it came with the wide one, it came with all of them. All right, so like I said,
do a fucking aerial airstrike on us right now. Every time he drives by the house. Yeah, I gotta include this piece in the vid though.
Tom, rip it. Rip that bitch.
All right, next up we've got our mini polisher. This one is a SPTA kit from Amazon. Comes with your pads, comes with all types of different attachments. Took us about an hour to figure out how to even put this thing into use. It comes with 2 extra batteries as well as the battery recharger, so it comes with everything you need. This one is more for your harder to reach spots. As you can see, this pad is about 1 inch in diameter. You're able to hit interior plastics, interior glass, everything like that. This one is pretty good for the price. We got it for about right around $100. So this one is the perfect upcharge tool for you to use. There's 6 different levels from 1 to 6. I guess it's just speed levels. And one thing you do have to be careful about this one is the buffer. Sometimes it's hard to keep it spinning in a direct circle. Just the right amount of pressure could make it not spin in a circle, so you need to know what you're doing. But you see a customer's car and they have a nice Mercedes-Benz, for example, and they have a nice plastic middle, like gloss finish, and you can see those small little swirls. Hey, extra $100, we'll get those swirls out for you. So yeah, perfect upcharge tool. That should conclude our paint correction section. All right, and finally, to conclude this video, here's some tips for you to stand out in your detailing business. You might think, okay, I clean their car, I'm all done. No. If you want to stand out and be different, here's some things you can do. So for one, we have an air freshener. This one is nice. We use it as complimentary. Some people charge for it. We don't, just to go that extra mile for the customer and make them extra happy. Up next, we have paper floor mats. These might not seem like they make a difference, but it makes all the difference. When a customer gets in their car and they see this paper floor mat on there, they're thinking, oh, it looks like I just got it back from the dealership. It looks like a brand new car. With that being said, in pair with that, you can use a steering wheel cover. Now, they usually just take these off right after they drive. Overall presentation is everything. First impressions, when they open that door, they see the steering wheel cover, they see the air freshener on there, they see the paper mat. They're like, oh, okay, I like these guys. I'm gonna wanna come back because I feel like I robbed these people for these benefits that I didn't have to pay for. So, you always want the customer to think that they got one up on you, they robbed you in a sense. That's how you succeed in the detailing business or any service-based business. Now, up next, stickers. So typically we leave these at gas stations, we leave them with customers. Whenever we do dealerships, we leave these in the car. They can scan our QR code, go straight to our page. This is a pretty useful marketing tool. As you can see, a tornado is forming, so we're struggling here, but stickers is a big one as well. It's just that extra mile. With that being said, thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys learned something today. We'll catch you guys in the next video, and we're going to be making way more consistent content, so stay tuned for that. So yeah.